We'll turn now to Tiana Sharifi from the Center for Exploitation Education. Go ahead, you have the floor for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, and thank you for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Tiana Sharifi. I'm the founder and CEO of the Center for Exploitation Education, specializing in child and youth sexual exploitation prevention. I've been a subject matter expert for over a decade. I'm a mother, and I come in with a unique angle. I'm in many ways an influencer myself. I've built a large online following on social media where my educational content has reached millions of families it wouldn't have otherwise, and has saved lives of young people who've directly reached out for help. Not all social media platforms are created equal because they vary in different levels of risk. Some are proactive about child safety and want their platforms to be used for good, and others have no intention other than to monetize off of their users and consumers. For those of us working in the anti-sexual exploitation field, the largest threats to the well-being of children online are unmistakably clear. First, influencer culture is feeding the sexualization and exploitation of youth. Second, boys are being pulled into harmful gender beliefs that normalize violence and predation. And third, grooming, sextortion, and child sexual abuse materials are rising as offenders operate freely online. I want to begin with the first. Influencers today have an enormous impact. Many create helpful content for adults, and as a whole, they're not inherently harmful. However, the problem is that with the influencers that children follow, they're not entirely appropriate for them. Young people look to influencers to understand gender norms, relationships, sexuality, and even what level of objectification is considered normal, and this is inherently harmful. Influencer culture has also normalized the commodification of people. Young girls in particular are being turned into products economically, not metaphorically. They see bodies, intimacy, and personal lives monetized, teaching them that people can be bought, sold, and consumed. This normalization has consequences. I have seen students being groomed into the idea of participating in OnlyFans and sugar dating. And of course, the moment they turn 18, we're just going to suddenly label that participation as consent. Now, at the same time, boys are learning who they're supposed to be as men, and they're learning it from some of the worst voices online. I've noticed a sharp shift in young boys when I give presentations, and I now hear rhetorics such as girls must be submissive and that rejection is disrespect. These are messages straight from the manosphere, which includes incel communities, male supremacy, and anti-feminist influencers who package misogyny as empowerment for our young boys. These ideologies are reaching our boys at the exact moment that they are forming their identities. And if you are a boy and you create an account on pretty much any social media platform, the content you received is engineered to be shocking, violent, and misogynistic. And so boys are being shaped by these predators, misogynists, and extremists, telling them that aggression equals confidence and empathy equals weakness. And this content is not coming from obscure corners of the internet. It's coming from the mainstream platforms themselves. And these same algorithms that are pushing sexualized content to girls and misogynistic content to boys are the algorithms that are making grooming faster, easier, and more scalable for predatory people. Grooming, image-based abuse, and sextortion are skyrocketing, as we know, because offenders no longer need to seek opportunity. The platforms are creating it for them. Many platforms use misleading language that creates a false sense of security for kids. Snapchat's For Your Eyes Only folder, Instagram's vanish mode suggest privacy, secrecy, and control, when in reality, these features make exploitation easier and detection harder. And some apps are even predatory by design, encouraging kids to swipe to meet strangers or interact with AI bots that initiate sexual conversations. We cannot keep asking children and parents to navigate a system that was never designed for their safety. The government must work with the platforms. And if a platform refuses to engage, it should lose access to the Canadian market, period. My key recommendations include having monetary consequences for platforms that fail to comply with Canadian regulations, straightforward and quick reporting channels with time restrictions on response times, liability held on the platforms, and mandated minimum age requirements and enforced age verifications, to say the least. I have a number of others, but I know that I'm short on time.